Hello everyone, my name is Todd and I'm the lead creative here at Pilot Reel Media Studio. Our studio primarily works on local broadcast marketing media and social documentaries. Most of our capture has shifted to 4K in the last year, and this has made me consider new options for media handling and storage. During editing sessions, much of the capture is maintained in an uncompressed format throughout the entire workflow. Our editing machines need to have high-speed access to these raw files, and those files need to be protected. So we'll be moving from a direct attached storage to a 10G network attached file server. Today I am unboxing the Rosewill RSV L4412 server case. This case will be used for the studio's main file server. It will also perform double duty as an editing virtual machine build. So if you're curious about how to set up something like that, go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned for those build vlogs. The packaging for the case was very good and would probably survive the worst from just about any carrier. This is my second 4U rack mountable case from Rosewill, and for this particular build I chose the front-loading hot swappable model. This will make changing out failed or failing drives much easier on a system that will get plenty of mileage, and I expect drive failure will be somewhat of a frequent occurrence. I am also moving to VMs or virtual machines as editing weapons now that server platforms can properly support this utility. And this also has the added benefit of reducing the mechanical footprint of editing equipment and increasing electrical efficiency. My experience with that first Rosewill case is that it had excellent cooling and noise characteristics, and I expect this unit will be as good in spite of having 3 fewer fans, which I think may have been overkill on that design. My initial impressions of this case is that the basic construction is of good quality. However, the lid was a bit off, causing cross-threading of one of the lid screws. I was able to correct the threading, but it is understandable why at this price point errors of this nature could occur. My first server build using a Rosewill case is doing triple duty at home as a Plex and iTunes media server, protected high-speed storage, and VM platform. That build has dual 8-core Xeons and runs 295 watts at idle, never getting above 51 Celsius until a VM is active. And while under full load doing tasks such as transcoding work, the highest temperatures I've seen have been mid to upper 70 Celsius range at about 450 to 500 watts. A real testament to the basic but well executed design by Rosewill. The fans are of reasonable quality, but can be changed to a higher quality low noise fan quite easily if that is important for your particular build. This build would get that upgrade right away. The stock fans are low enough RPM and don't really produce a lot of noise, so you could be forgiven for letting them die a slow death before swapping them out, as I am with my system at home. This case also supports extra large older enterprise server motherboards, which are available on the cheap and are incredibly durable, while still being viable as workstations for 4K content. Rosewill does offer 2U options, and if you have a dedicated server closet, that may be of interest to you if sound is not an issue. This server will be in our editing room, so the 4U is the better option for me. The extra height of the case will allow for taller heat sinks for the CPU, and larger diameter fans, which won't contribute much to the ambient sound in the room, a real must for maintaining concentration during long editing session or client screenings. Rosewill does provide a reasonable accessory assortment with this case, And depending on your motherboard's hard drive connections, you could have all you need to properly make all connections to hard drive modules. You will, however, need to consider a solution for powering the 6 Molex power connectors for these modules. I found adapters for less than $3 each on Amazon, and I'll leave a link to those adapters in the video description below. The front I/O is a bit dated, as the USB connections are USB 2.0. However, the panel does provide LED activity lights for 2 network connections. The case is modular and offered in at least 3 configurations, so customizing it is an easy option. Rosewill sells all the different drive modules separately, making it possible to set your case up to meet your specific needs. Each drive has its own drive activity light. A very durable looking filter is mounted in the front door panel. It has, however, been my experience that the area around the lock does allow some unfiltered air to pass through. The drive caddies are constructed of plastic, but the contact surfaces look like they could handle years of service. So in conclusion, I find the Rosewill RSV L4412 case of good quality overall, and from a price point perspective, a great choice for someone seeking performance over all other considerations.